What is going on, everybody? Grayson here from Profit. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to talk about a decision that a lot of people are going to have to make with a couple sets in particular in the 30th anniversary. But before we get into that, I do want to touch on a couple booster bundles that are doing interesting things. So first off, Prismatic Evolutions and Destined Rivals. Both of these got restocked on Hobbiesville a couple days ago. They're already all gone. The Destined Rivals booster bundles, these were obviously a reprint. They're basically everywhere at this point. You can see too on TCG Player, we went from around $52, $53 down to around $49, $50 overnight. I think that if you go to, Hobbiesville is out. There's none here. Walmart, max 99. So you can still buy a lot of these for about, I want to say $61, $62 Canadian, I believe, after tax, after everything's said and done, shipping included. There is one store on Shopify in Canada where you can buy them at 55 Canadian as well. However, if you're in a province that doesn't have HST, you're probably just going to get charged GST and it'll actually be cheaper. I believe the store's name was Hitbox Sports Cards, if I remember correctly. I think they have about 20 of the booster bundles left in stock. So I imagine those will go fairly quickly. A lot of the other stores in Canada are still at like $80, $90 Canadian. So I don't know if they haven't got their restock yet of the booster bundles or if they're just not willing to come down on price. But Walmart is a good shout as well if you guys are in an HST province. Prismatic though, this is definitely a little bit more difficult to find, sitting around $67 USD. They go fast whenever they're fairly priced. And then also 151, this booster bundle is up around 25% on the month, sitting around $116 USD. Hobbiesville has some in stock. And I think when you do the conversion, you pay your tax, it would be around 117, 118 USD, I want to say. So there might be a cheaper option out there than Hobbiesville currently for 151, but I'm not entirely sure about that. Either way, I did just want to bring these up because they're all moving incredibly well and it makes sense. They're all very popular sets and I'm sure they're going to do big things this year heading into the 30th anniversary. And speaking of the 30th anniversary, that's going to be the conversation today, talking about celebrations and then also generations. But before we get into that, I did just want to say, if you guys enjoy the content, I'd really appreciate if you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. It helps out a ton, getting these videos pushed out to more people. Also, if you guys are interested, links to the market spreadsheet consultation calls if you want to work with me one-on-one, and the mentorship program if you're very serious about your TCG investing, you're looking for a community that you can build with and rely on long-term. So thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. It genuinely means the world to me. But to get into the conversation today about celebrations, about generations, because it is an anniversary year and these are anniversary sets, it's probably going to be a decent time to offload them if you were already on the fence about moving these products and getting into potentially better investments, whether it's in Pokemon, One Piece, another game. A lot of people, their eyes come back to these older ones just because, again, it's the anniversary year. I don't think it goes any deeper than that in terms of reasoning. Now, I will say Celebration since release has not done well at all. It was outperformed by, I believe, even Astral Radiance when you looked at annualized ROI since the set was released. And that was up to about, I think, September of last year is when I looked at that last. But going into this year, it'll probably do decently, but then the decision becomes, do you want to hold the set after the 30th anniversary, going into the 31st, 32nd anniversary? Personally, I think the play here is just to take advantage of the hype this year, maybe take advantage of speculation, and then move into other products because history has shown this wasn't a great performer. That is just the reality of celebrations. Now, maybe the Pokemon Center ETBs, you want to hold on to these. They've done a little bit better than the regular ETBs. They're up around 13% on the month. I think we're actually closer to $400, $410 based on recent sales. The UPCs as well, I think are also a decent shout. And you could probably make an argument as to why you want to hold on to the UPCs. I think these are probably going to break $1,000 this year, maybe even $1,200, honestly. The metal cards in here are still very expensive. Charizard's around $176. The Pikachu, you're around 88. You get all the packs. You have that sealed premium as well. And when I track the UPCs in the spreadsheet, there's not a ton on eBay. I think people would be surprised, especially compared to the regular ETB, which there's still hundreds of these below like $315 maybe even. There's just so many of them out there. They do sell decently well, but it's going to take a while to churn through that supply where with something like the UPCs, maybe there's only 10, 15, 20 at one time, let's say below $1,000 on the market or $1,100 maybe. And they sell decently well still, even at $800, $900 a box. We're seeing maybe like two per day sell, which is fairly liquid for an item of that caliber. The cards inside too, I did just want to do a comparison. I know we haven't really touched on generations, but the same logic applies to celebrations. Do you want to hold this over the next 5 years after we get through the 30th anniversary? That's up to you to decide. I actually haven't run the generations annualized ROI in a long time, so I'm not exactly sure what it is. I would imagine as these ETBs get more expensive, it's already over 2K and consistently selling in that range. It's going to be more difficult to offload these. Not as many people are going to be in the market for a 2K, 3K ETB. Probably better to put that money into different products. I know though, Wenzel TCG, if you guys watch them on YouTube, they constantly open generations. I think last night somebody actually pulled this Pikachu full art, which I think is an amazing card. You do have the Sylveon in here as well, Flareon, couple Gardevoir cards, and I just wanted to do a comparison between celebrations and generations in terms of top 1, 5, 10 value, ETB price. I know the older sets get, the less relevant this becomes, but it is obviously something that we should just take a quick look at. So top hit, about the same price, all things considered. Top 5 value, you definitely give that to generations, and same thing with top 10 value, actually widening the gap to $350, something like that. So there you go. That is just your quick overview. If it were me, and again, I don't own any celebrations, I don't own any generations, so obviously I am biased when I'm telling you this, but you should consider, if you do own celebrations, you do own generations, what is your goal with it this year? Are you going to offload? Are you going to continue holding? I can't get behind the argument of holding just because historically it really has not performed that well compared to a lot of the other Sword and Shield era and even Scarlet and Violet era stuff. But as always, you guys can let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Thank you so much for watching the video. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.